So, as I said before, grasslands are far and away the most important ecosystem in the Australian settlement story. They really are the happening place in early Australian, white Australian history. They're the place where homes are made, and the environment's encountered, lifestyles are changed, where there was conflict with and learning from Aboriginal people, where indeed I would argue modern Australia was largely made. And environmental history and the national narrative often distorts this with its focus on forests and the coasts, but it is our place of concern here today, the native grasslands, that at least until the gold rushes of the 1850s provides the setting for Australian history. And Tasmania is the place in Australia where the first grassland settlement story occurred. And so I'm going to be looking at Tasmania specifically today, partly because I know most about it, but also because it is a microcosm of what later occurs in the continent as a whole. And perhaps the sort of contained character of it being an island, along with the fact that it's the first place serious encounter with grass, might help us to illuminate some of the complexities that you're all living with today, of land management, of environmental connection, cross-cultural relations, and politics, the political process. But also, I also want to look at Tasmania to highlight the importance of remembering difference all the time. For as I'm sure as you all know too well, there's not just one national story. There's not one Australia, there's not one native grassland, there's not one national history. There are a lot of profound similarities and there are themes which cross region and time and place, but there are also major differences. And part of learning to tell our national story, I believe, is to have the local experience and variation not just as some little quirky extra, but at the very centre of the national narrative. Because local history is not just the stories that you're told by your ancestors that your grandparents have passed on, or sort of the local historical society tries to keep alive. It's actually what made us. It is our national history. So hopefully when looking at the Tasmanian story, we can get some themes which cross region and time and place through to the present, but also remember the importance of difference. And the themes I'm going to look at that cross, I think, over are homemaking, profit-making, contest and politics.